The forest friends' great gathering place, deep in a vibrant forest where sunlight wove golden patterns through the leaves, and a gentle breeze carried the scent of pine, the animals decided to create a grand gathering place. Spacious den where they could meet, share stories, and celebrate together. Each animal was wonderfully unique, with their own special skills, and they all agreed to combine their talents to build something extraordinary for their community. Squirrel, with her quick paws and bushy tail, was the first to leap into action. She darted up the tallest oak, her sharp eyes scanning the forest floor. "This clearing is perfect," she chattered, spotting a wide, flat area surrounded by sturdy trees. She scurried down and began marking the spot with piles of shiny acorns, arranging them in a wide circle to outline the den's foundation. Her tail flicked with excitement as she worked, imagining the cozy space they'd create. Badger waddled in next, his strong claws gleaming and ready to dig. "I'll carve out a solid base," he grunted, his black and white snout sniffing the earth. He plunged his paws into the ground, scooping out dirt with powerful swipes to form a deep, even pit for the den's floor. Squirrel hopped around him squeaking, "Badger, that's amazing." She tucked a few extra acorns into the pit's edges for a touch of charm, and Badger gave a proud nod as he smoothed the dirt. Owl swooped down from her high perch, her wide wings silent and her round eyes glowing with wisdom. "We need walls that stand tall," she hooted, gliding above the clearing. Her keen sight spotted fallen branches scattered nearby, perfect for building. She pointed them out with her sharp beak, directing the others to gather them. Badger hauled the heavier branches, grumbling happily, "Owl, you've got the best eyes." Squirrel scampered alongside, dragging smaller twigs to add to the pile. An owl fluttered above to ensure the branches were stacked neatly around the pit. Rabbit bounded in, his long ears bouncing and his nose twitching with energy. "I'll make it cozy inside," he declared, hopping to a nearby meadow. He gathered armfuls of soft moss, clover, and feathery ferns, stuffing them into the gaps between the branches to create snug, warm walls. Squirrel helped by pressing the moss tightly into cracks, chirping, "Rabbit, this feels like a cloud." Owl circled above, checking that the walls were even, and Badger patted the moss down with his sturdy paws to make it firm. A cheerful trill echoed through the trees as Bluebird fluttered in, her sky blue wings catching the sunlight. "Let's add some color," she sang, carrying bright flower petals in her tiny beak. She wove vibrant reds, yellows, and purples into the mossy walls, turning the den into a dazzling masterpiece. Rabbit thumped his foot in delight, saying, "Bluebird, it's like a painting." Squirrel tucked a few petals into the acorn piles, Owl nodded approvingly, and Badger brushed dirt off his fur to admire the colorful glow. The den still needed a roof, and that's when Bear lumbered into the clearing, his massive brown paws shaking the ground. "I'll handle the heavy stuff," he rumbled, his deep voice warm and steady. He rolled enormous logs from the forest's edge, each one perfect for a strong roof frame. Owl guided him from above, hooting, "Bear, place that log right there." Squirrel scampered across the logs to test their balance, Rabbit tucked more moss around their bases, and Bluebird sprinkled petals along the edges, making the roof look like a blooming hilltop. The den was almost complete, but it needed light for nighttime gatherings. Firefly buzzed in, his tiny body glowing like a star. "I'll make it shine after dark," he chirped, his wings humming softly. He zipped around the den, showing where his firefly friends could hover to cast a warm, twinkling light. Rabbit hopped excitedly, saying, "Firefly, it's going to sparkle." Badger smoothed the floor to reflect Firefly's glow. Squirrel arranged acorns to catch the light. Bluebird added a few more petals for extra shimmer, and Owl tilted her head, pleased with the effect. As the sun dipped low, casting a golden haze over the forest. The animals realized the den could use one more touch, a welcoming entrance. That's when Fox trotted in, her sleek red tail swishing and her clever eyes gleaming. "I'll craft a doorway that invites everyone," she said smoothly. She used her nimble paws to weave flexible vines into an arch, creating a beautiful entrance draped with leaves. Bear lifted heavier vines to reinforce it, saying, "Fox, that's clever." Squirrel tucked acorns into the arch. Rabbit added soft fern curtains. Bluebird wove in more flowers. Firefly tested his glow to light the entrance, and Owl gave a wise hoot of approval. The moon rose, and the animals gathered inside their finished den. It was a marvel. Badger's strong foundation held firm, Owl's branches and rabbits. Moss made cozy walls. Bluebird's petals added vibrant color. Bear's logs formed a sturdy roof. Firefly's glow lit the space like a starry night, and Fox's vine arch welcomed all. Squirrel shared her acorns. Badger told tales of his digging adventures. Owl sang a soft lullaby. Rabbit fluffed the mossy seats. Bluebird chirped a joyful melody. Bear passed around honey-dipped berries. Firefly danced to light the room, and Fox wove a story about the forest's magic. The animals laughed and chattered, their differences blending into something beautiful. The den was more than a place, it was a symbol of their teamwork, where every unique skill made the whole forest stronger. They promised to keep helping each other, hosting gatherings under Firefly's glow, with Fox's arch always open to new friends. And so, the forest hummed with friendship, proving that when everyone shares their gifts, the result is a home for all. The end.